Welcome to Same Work, Different Lens, the podcast where two professionals from the same workplace bring different generations to the same conversation.
We don't always see things the same way, but that's the point. We talk real life, real work, and real community issues.
From family and wellness to leadership, money, and systems that shape our lives.
We're bridging the gap between what was, what is, and what needs to change. Let's get into it. Hi, so my name is Cassandra Wimberly. I'm the project manager at Augusta Partnership for Children.
And I am Kamisha Mew. I'm a parent educator for our Parents as Teachers program at Augusta Partnership for Children.
Kamisha, what's today's topic?
So today's topic is going to be about relationships and emotional health.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
So I think what we want to start off with is love then versus now.
That's if you had love. But go ahead.
I grew up watching love that stayed. Not always love that was healthy, but it was longevity in it. Marriage was the finish line back then, and now peace feels like the prize. What do you think about that?
Well, the way I was raised, very similar. Mother, father, no children until you were married.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't necessarily peace all the time, but it was a household that was filled with love. So that's something that I'm very respectful of. I like to point out that I am a part of the baby boomers, but most of the time I identify as a generational fluidity because I can flow into the Generation X genre. So I'm fluid.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You could be in whatever room you're placed in.
Really, yeah. And my views have changed. Some of the values have changed. I don't look at relationship in the same manner as I was raised in.
True.
Yeah.
One thing that I think about then was love was rooted in things like dignity, endurance, and survival, especially in Black households, right?
Right.
People stayed together because, one, divorce was taboo.
Absolutely.
Financial dependency was a real thing.
Yes.
And community pressures mattered. Emotional needs were often unspoken or secondary, and love looked like showing up even if feelings were ignored. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that, but also you must remember from my era, women was raised to be silent and just accepting of whatever they were given. And so that's one of the reasons why I say I'm very fluid, because I don't view it that way now.
Mm-hmm. The Lord knew when to have me birth.
My God.
Mm-hmm. So, one of the things I feel like about now as opposed to back then, love is more emotionally aware, but it's also more fragile now.
Fragile?
Yes.
Wow.
So like we value compatibility, mental health, feeling seen and chosen, but we're also quicker to walk away when it gets uncomfortable. Okay.
What about stability? What about finances? That's a big part in keeping relationships going, because now we got to also remember we talking about relationship is the point of having significant other, but let's not forget relationships when deal with co-workers. We're dealing with family, we're dealing with all different types of relationship, and even let's not forget this one, relationship with yourself. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll hit on that later with the self-love. Yeah.
That's right.
But I agree. So I feel like things have changed even in those areas as well too, right? Because I can remember having a family member that just couldn't get right. You know what I mean?
No.
Well,
What you mean?
couldn't keep a job.
Okay.
Just didn't really have a plan on what they wanted to do, didn't know if they was coming or going. But it was always somebody in the family who looked out for that person. They was always able to lay on somebody's couch or could come to the house and get a meal, or God forbid they got locked up, somebody went and bailed them out.
Family love, right? That's what you're describing?
However, today,
Okay.
it's a little different. I feel like people are quicker to hold people accountable of their own actions.
Right.
At least in some households, because you still have some situations where people make excuses and talk about, oh well, their childhood, or they didn't have this and they didn't have that, and really just make excuses for their bad behavior.
Yeah, and you got to understand, my generation, like, family is family, no matter what. Period. Yeah, they may not be in the best of situations. They might bring on added stress to the family, but they was still family, and family take care of family. I'm from that era. Of course, now, listen, in today's climate, today's time, ain't nobody got time for that. I got to take care of me and mine. I can't take care of you over there and you just as grown as I am. No, that's not gonna work.
Right. So, something that I feel like stayed the same from love back then versus now, safety
For who?
for all parties involved,
Okay.
loyalty,
Okay.
and to be loved without having to perform. Love still requires work, just in a different kind of way. You know what I mean?
And what about boundaries?
Yeah, so that's a big one, right? Like boundaries. That's a big word that's thrown around in relationships now. And not saying that it's a bad thing, right? Because to be honest, just looking back on some relationships from back then, or knowing about marriages and things like that, when I was younger, I was like, oh my God, they've been married for forever. That's the kind of love I want, you know what I mean? But then when I became an adult and started talking to some of those people who were together 40, 50, 60 years, you find out that it wasn't all peaches and cream.
No. Some of them are very sad still today.
Yes, or stayed in it because of the kids, or some of the things that I spoke about earlier, like the financial dependency, what people would think, what people would say, and so they stay in separate bedrooms or sleep in different beds, and all of that just for the sake of what?
Let's not forget the religious piece.
You know,
what God has put together. So we got to think about that. A lot of people like, oh, I can't get divorced because that's against my religion. My God don't want you to be sad now and scared to walk into your own home. No.
But was God putting all them people together?
That's another thing.
Hello?
Yeah. Okay, come on. Come on. All right.
Something I feel like we can learn from it, period, right?
What's
from
that?
Love then versus now. Commitment isn't disposable. Love takes patience.
It does.
Right? Staying shouldn't cost your soul. And the sweet spot is commitment,
yes,
plus emotional honesty.
Can we hit on that word commitment? Because for a lot of people, that's a scary word, commitment. What does it mean to you to be in a committed relationship? And it could be not with a significant other, being committed to your family, being committed to your co-workers, because around here at APC, we consider each other as family. So what does commitment mean to you?
To be honest, to me, commitment means waking up every morning and just making that decision to keep trying.
Yes.
To not give up, to not throw in the towel, to work through whatever challenges you have, whatever different disagreements that you have, and come to some kind of common ground with the other person or people involved in that relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Common ground. Okay.
Yeah. And it kind of goes into the next subject, like, are we bad at communicating or just different?
I think it can go both ways.
So I didn't grow up talking about feelings. I grew into that, right? Silence used to mean strength. Now often it means avoidance.
Are you sure you're not a baby boomer?
Okay, so listen, Cassandra, you know how old I am. I know the people don't. But I'm not a baby boomer, but I think we've kind of had a conversation about that before, though I'm in a different generation. So the inner line.
So you know which generation you're in?
Because I don't identify.
Okay, there you go.
But I have always been told that I have an old soul. I was raised by my great grandmother, so I don't know. I just have some of those qualities of a person way older than me, and I think that my mindset is very mature. So though I'm a different generation than the baby boomers, we have a lot in common when it comes to mindset, values, goals, things that are how we look at the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are we bad at communicating or just different? How do you feel about that, Cassandra?
I think that we are bad at communicating.
Now?
Now.
Okay.
We are bad now because let's not forget we're in the era of texting. Something that I just cannot get in. People have entire conversations via texting. I don't understand it. So yes, that has made us bad communicators. And you know how sometimes you go out and you're out to dinner and you see people looking down at their phones instead of looking up at each other and communicating. We are bad communicators. This era of modern technology has really ruined being great communicators. We don't talk to each other like we used to talk to each other. We just don't. And that's, for as they used to say, well, men and women, it's both now. Women just as bad as the men are. We are bad communicators, and we need to get back to that. I think that's something missing. I think that's something we're missing from teaching our younger ones about communicating, because they always work through the phone. If they can't text, and then when they're texting, not texting in complete sentences, they got these different codes and symbols I just don't understand.
BRB.
Okay, be right back. I'm up on some things, but really, we have really ruined the art of great communication.
I can agree to a certain level. And I say that because when I think about communicating then versus now, right? Earlier generations, communication was face to face, indirect, and often rooted in respect, not vulnerability. Emotions were shown through actions, not words. You know, a man of his own word. You know, you had to show a woman that you was about what you was talking about. And conflict was handled with like distance, prayer, and time. I don't know that those things would work in today's society. And I say that because we communicate consistently now, but not always clearly. Like you said, you see people always in their phones, and yes, some people can be scrolling, but let's talk about the people who are actually communicating with other people when they're in their phones like that. They're consistently communicating, but it's not always clear.
It's not. It's hard to read between the lines when there's words down on paper and you're trying to read. You can't read the emotion. There's no way you can do that. So we tend to miss out on a lot of things because of that.
Or you misread, right?
Absolutely.
Texting and social media has removed tone.
It has.
It has removed, or it invites assumptions, because you can be telling me something and you cool, calm, collected, but I could be in a mood,
you
right?
You can take it the wrong way.
And then I perceive it the wrong way because
Absolutely.
you're texting. And it encourages avoidance.
It does.
Yeah, I feel
it's
like
really easy to hide behind a phone.
Right. We talk a lot, but sometimes we don't listen well. Right? Or oversharing exits, but so does emotional detachment. The real issue, though, is not that we're bad communicators. We just learn different emotional languages. That's how I feel. Some were taught to survive, others were taught to express.
Yeah, but where do we learn those languages from? Who do we get it from?
Your environment, your upbringing.
And sometimes we're not in the healthiest of environments, right?
And your exposure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think we're lost? Do you think we can ever get back to being great communicators?
I think we're wandering right now. Okay.
Will we ever find the promised land?
I truly do not know, Cassandra. I really feel like it's gonna be up to the next generation to make that change.
But it's up to us to teach the next generation, right? And so if we don't have it, then they're never gonna get it.
That's true. That is true.
So I'm worried about that.
So I think something that both of our generations can do to bridge the gap is to ask for clarity instead of assuming intent. You know, when you are in a space or in a room where a conversation is being had and you don't truly understand what the person is trying to convey, then it's our duty to ask for clarity instead of assuming that we know what the intent is.
I agree, but we have to be careful with that because everyone is not receptive to being questioned. We have that to deal with as well.
That's true. But then if we walk around not doing stuff or doing stuff based off of how somebody else would take it, we're not going to see the change we want.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I think we should also start picking up the phone more.
Oh.
If I text you, call me.
Okay.
If I text you back, I can't talk right now, then tell me,
And
call
I like
me later.
Right.
Call me later when you can talk.
Because
know
you
what I
did
mean?
acknowledge me.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And sitting face to face, I don't think we have a problem with it because I come in your office on a regular basis and I like to
I'm
sit
in
face
yours,
to face
and
and talk
you do.
and like I enjoy that one-on-one interaction with another individual.
You do.
Yeah.
You love to have great conversations. That's your thing.
Yeah. And I think communication is less about how we talk and more about whether we're willing to be honest and accountable.
Okay, and I need you to add in listening because sometimes, that takes practice to be a great listener.
It does.
That takes practice.
Especially when you love to talk. I was talking about me. I was not talking about. I mean, but we love to talk, Cassandra. Let's be honest. We love to talk. You and I.
I'm not gonna deny that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely.
So earlier you were saying something about self-love, right? About loving ourselves, the relationships with ourselves. Self-love more than candles and quotes.
Oh, absolutely.
Self-love didn't become real for me until I had to choose myself after losing a marriage. Yeah.
Wow.
At 41, I just told my age. But at 41,
I thought I had already told them that you was from the Generation X.
But you didn't say my age.
Well, they know you're up there at least 49, right?
49, Cassandra.
Up to. That's where the Generation X is.
You know what? I had a young man tell me the other day that I look like high school.
And I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Generation X goes up to 59. So how old are you?
But I'm saying, you didn't just hear my comment that I
What's
said?
that?
I said a young man told me the other day that I look like high school.
He didn't know. That's what happens when you talk to people who just haven't come into their own yet. He just didn't know. He was making conversation. So how old are you really?
I'm 41. I just said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you was giving the real age.
So
I don't mind telling my age, but go ahead.
Anywho, at 41, self-love looks quieter but stronger. Yeah.
Quieter but stronger. Okay. Self-love. There's a whole lot to go into self-love for me as well. I'm more right now about, I hate to say it, but I got to say it because that's where I'm at in my life right now. It's all about me. Because last year was a struggle for me. It was a hard year. I was in the midst of taking care of my mom, who's now deceased, and that was a long, hard journey that we took.
Yeah.
And so that took a lot away from me being able to do things that I enjoyed doing, which was fine because I enjoyed taking care of my mom, but that didn't make it any less difficult. So, but now that I'm in the era where I am free to move about, do what I want to do, it's all about me. And I am going to enjoy being selfish. I think it's okay every now and then to do that.
Yes, absolutely. So to me, what self-love is not.
What is it? Okay.
It's not just spa days.
No.
It's not just affirmations.
No.
It's not just social media posts.
No.
Not avoiding accountability by calling it protecting my peace.
Right.
Because you hear a lot of that, right?
Yes.
But what self-love actually looks like to me.
Go ahead.
Boundaries.
Boundaries.
There's that word again, right?
Boundaries.
Saying no without guilt. Letting no being a complete sentence, period. Okay? Not explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Emotional accountability.
Yes.
That's another one. Owning your triggers.
Very much so. Please remember the triggers. Yes.
And unlearning survival patterns.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Unlearning survival patterns. Okay.
Yeah. It is, to me, it also looks like healing.
It
right?
is, yes. Mental health.
And
Oh.
so that was one of them. Therapy.
Yes, please.
Therapy. I hear so many people say, "Oh, I don't need no head doctor. I don't need nobody telling me what's wrong with me. I don't need nobody telling me this or telling me that."
Right.
But to be honest, therapy is really about you doing the telling.
Absolutely. We all need it. There's
And it's
nothing wrong
strength
with it.
in getting those feelings out. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And it's so sad that our culture has a tendency to look at there's something wrong with you if you decide to go get therapy, and that's not true. Or they take the other way. Well, only thing you need to do is go pray to Jesus about it. He'll make it all right. No, come on, wisdom. That's why the Heavenly Father give you wisdom to make those decisions. If you need to go take care of yourself, go take care of yourself.
Hello?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. In that healing though too,
Go
we
ahead.
need to learn forgiveness.
Because
Forgiveness.
it's not for them. Who is it for?
It's for you.
Okay. You better tell
And not even just other people, but yourself, your past self.
Right.
Decisions that you made that put you in places you felt like you weren't supposed to be, right? Or things that you said or things that you did. Just forgiving. It strengthened that as well.
It's a whole lot of strength. I had to experience that once in my lifetime, that forgiveness. And it's not an easy journey, because the first thing you want to do is what? Retaliate. So that would take you someplace.
It will.
Yeah. But then you realize, you come back to yourself. Listen, I'm giving this too much energy, and they don't deserve this energy.
Right.
And so I need to come back to myself. And that's when you go into the mode. I need to go ahead, forgive, and keep it moving.
Right.
That's it.
Because forgiving don't always mean that you forget. You know what I mean?
How
You
gonna
forgive,
forget? Right.
you forgive, and you set them boundaries.
Right.
So it don't happen again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about physical health? That exercise and then the nutrition. All that's a part of self-love.
It is.
Okay. Come on. It's very important to me at this stage of my life that I'm always looking at nutrition. I'm always looking at, how to feel better, because that once you feel better, you look better, you engage better. That's all part of it.
I have to say, Cassandra, like, I look up to you when it comes to that, for real, because you all don't know, but we're starting a meal prep for the job, and Cassandra is always the first one that got something to say about everything we want to do outside of the norm, right? But then she be the first one in line to volunteer to help out with whatever
I
we're
think
doing.
you set that up wrong, because it sounds like you said I go against it. I'm in a
Verbally.
bad space,
Verbally.
but then I turn around and I actually do it.
There's some of that then in play, but then you come to the now and you be like, okay, well, I'm gonna do it. So anywho, we're starting the meal prep, and Cassandra is serious about her cheese,
Yes.
her
That dairy,
mayos,
that dairy.
baby, and not eating no meat.
No,
She'll eat seafood.
I have to. My doctor said I needed some more complete protein. That's the only thing, and that's every now and then.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I applaud you, and
Thank you.
that takes strength, right? Like going all your life eating no pork chop and
Fried chicken.
and just all the things that
Beef
taste so
stew.
good to you
Yes.
but not good for you, and changing your whole mindset, lifestyle, really, because that's a lifestyle change.
It was hard. It was hard because my family, some of them still don't get it.
No.
You was raised off of me. Why all of a sudden you don't do me? But I promise you, I keep telling them I feel better.
And they have to see the benefits.
I feel so much better. I'm not that person that will go home and just veg out on the sofa anymore. I like to move. I like to stay active. And so I feel like when you get to a certain age, you need to be very mindful of this type of thing, because we tend to, for my generation, the baby boomers, once they retire, they go home and sit home and just sit. People, we got to stop that.
Right.
Let's be active. Let's get out there and enjoy the world.
Because you've conditioned your body all those years to
Yes.
get up at a certain time and to
Right.
be active and moving and doing all
Come on.
these things. And
Come on.
Then you get to retirement age
And then what do you do?
and want to sit down.
And want to sit down. That's not self-love.
You shocking your body.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
We talking about self-love. We talking about having a healthy relationship with yourself.
So one of those other things that I wanted to talk about when it comes to self-love is showing up. Right? Showing up for yourself and showing up for others. Showing up for myself here recently.
Okay.
It's been small things, right? Like maybe the average person won't notice it, but y'all notice because y'all be saying something about it. I don't really wear makeup. I don't really wear makeup, but I get up and I do something to my eyes every morning because I feel like that's one of my things, right? Like I love my brows, I love my lashes. Like I do something to my eyes every morning now. That's a piece of self-love for me.
Yeah.
Showing up for myself. It's dress down day to day. And I still got up and put on some clothes, you know what I'm saying? Even though the people can't see us today, I was like, because this is the first episode and I'm about to be, you know.
You about to be famous. Okay.
I feel like showing up is also loving without losing yourself.
Absolutely.
That is the journey that I'm on right now. Like still showing love, still giving love, still doing things with love. Doing all of that without losing who Kamisha is.
And you have to show the people, the ones around you, you have to make them recognize that. Listen, I know in the past I was giving into this, that, or the other, but no more. It's time for Kamisha to get her own.
Yeah.
And that doesn't take away from you being a mom, a daughter, a friend. That doesn't take away from that. You can still do all those wonderful things, but still keep Kamisha.
Right. Okay, well, this was a great conversation today, Cassandra.
Wow, our first one. How do you feel?
I was a little nervous and things, but as it went on, it was pretty good. I liked it.
Well, great. But what we need now is that when you hear this, I'm talking to the public now. When you hear this, it would be February the 5th. We're gonna need some feedback. We're gonna need to know what you think. Is there any topic that you want us to discuss? But whether you like it or not, even if you don't like it, let us know. We need to know because we are excited about bringing you information that hopefully that you can walk away with and have conversations with others.
Yeah, that's right. So remember, this was the first episode of Same Work, Different Lens, a podcast where two professionals from the same workplace bringing different generations to the same conversation.
One evolving community.
Okay, see you next time.
Peace.